Hi everyone, it's Stacy from PeonyLaneDesigns.com. Have you subscribed to the channel yet? If not, click the little blue button right there. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, comment down below, like this video, and click the bell icon to be notified. Okay, so today's video is going to kind of be on the shorter side, I think. I don't know, maybe I'll get windy and it won't be. But anyway, I've had a few requests, people asking me how I film for YouTube and how I started my channel. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the equipment that I use. The reason why I've been hesitant to do this is because I feel like there's so many better resources on YouTube than me. But I will share those resources with you that I went to when I was starting my channel, who I looked at. What prompted me to do this video was me realizing that one of the people who I watched her video on what equipment she uses wasn't a professional video person. Like, I'm not a professional. I have a YouTube channel, but I don't, like, this isn't a TV studio. This is my she shop. You know, it's not like I have a professional setup or anything like that. But if you want to get started, you absolutely don't need a professional setup. And once you get that into your head and you just take the plunge, then other things come as they come. But anyway, we'll talk about how I started, where I went, what investments I made, what I think are critical, and what I think you can kind of live without. How's that? And then I'm going to share with you better people to follow. I want to start a YouTube channel because I'm like, I don't know, I just did it. I just jumped in. Okay, so that we'll start with the origin story. The Peony Lane Designs YouTube channel origin story. I'm going to hate to disappoint a lot of you, but literally my origin was... It was a summer. Victoria was off school. We were out junking. She was bored. And we have, her and I watch YouTube together. So we watch a couple of different YouTubers together. Over the years, it's evolved to new YouTubers, other YouTubers that we watch religiously together. And some have fallen away because she's grown up a little bit. Some have come on board because she's grown up a little bit. And, but it was something that I shared with her. Was I like to watch what she's watching, so I know what's going on in her world and all that stuff, right? So we're in the car, and my job is to go junking. Like, I need to go to garage sales. I need to go to thrift stores. I need to get inventory, right? But she's bored. And at the time, I had to take her with. She was too little to leave home. She's older now. She can be left alone. But thankfully, she sometimes still wants to go with good old mom. But she was bored, and she's in the car, and I'm going to a garage sale. And I said, hey, Victoria, why don't we film it and put it on YouTube? That's it. That's how it started. After that, it was like, okay, well, then if I'm going to do this, we better know what we're doing. So we started posting videos. It really, honest to God, had no more thought process behind it than that. It started, just jumped in and started, and then started thinking about the thought process behind it. And oh, should I do the DIY video? Should I add this? Should I do it? Then I started to sort of built the business backwards, built the YouTube channel backwards. I wouldn't recommend that. I would say if you're going to do a YouTube channel and that's your intention, is to have a YouTube channel. My intention was to entertain my daughter that first day that we did it. And then she saw herself on YouTube and she thought it was hilarious. And, it didn't start with the intention of, I want to build a resource for people, blah, blah, blah. All the stuff that has come since that day. That day, it was, I want to entertain my child. So if you're going, I want to start a YouTube channel as part of my business, I would recommend sitting down, putting a little more thought into it than I did. because it was worthless to just post it and hope somebody finds it. People did find it. People found it. You found me. But that's the backstory. And I would say be more intentional than I was. Know what kind of videos you want to post. It certainly, when I figured out that I did want to add the DIY and I did want to do a daily post, made it easier for me to create content. The daily stuff came about after I decided I wanted to grow faster on YouTube, because YouTube rewards people who post daily. You don't have to. You can grow your community in a different way. It's just what I did. So like I said, there are other people I would follow who have, like, there's Sunny Lenarduzzi. I find her information invaluable for not just YouTube, but other brand building things. I can't remember. Let me find the name. Once again, not intentional. I should have gotten that information together before I had to do a lot more editing. Justin Brown at Primal Video. Fantastic resource for learning about different camera equipment, lighting, etc., etc., etc. So he was instrumental when I decided I wanted to level up and get better lighting, and I did not buy what he recommended, but that's a whole different conversation. But he talks about lighting placement. He talks about filming when you don't have 600 watt bulbs and all that good stuff. So let's talk about that a little bit. When I started out with a window in my shop that I would leave the curtain open, and I could only film in the morning until the sun went to that side of the house. Then it got super harsh lighting, but it was enough light for the camera to film. I started filming on an iPhone 7, I think it was. I don't know. My iPhone that I had at the time when I started filming. I now have an iPhone 12 Pro Max. So the camera is a little better on that one, in the front facing and the rear facing. I did buy a Sony Handycam 4K Handycam that I tried to film on for a while. And what I found was I liked the quality on my iPhone better, because iPhone or whatever phone you're using, their cameras are self-adjusting. At least the iPhone one is, as far as if the lighting is off, it's more saturated with the colors. Like my Handycam, when I would film and I had it all set up and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get more professional, and I still regret spending every penny of that Handycam purchase, but I have it. It didn't have the same quality. I think the quality is better on my phone, so I ditched the Handycam. But I started out with the iPhone that I had at the time and a window, and then of course I was in the car. So I got a window clip for the car, and that's what I still have in the car. It's not a window clip anymore. I've got the one that hangs from the mirror because I feel like it handles the larger phones better. And in the car, that's all I have. I was asked about microphone quality, and I got a comment from somebody who said, what kind of microphone are you using? Because it sounds great. I use the camera's microphone. I bought separate microphones at one time, and it turned out not to work really right. So I have a wireless lapel lavalier mic that I bought, and the quality of the audio wasn't as good. I'm not lying. Like, people are going all the time like, what kind of audio are you using? I'm using the camera phone on my phone. All of it is on my phone. So when you see me in the car, I'm recording with the phone and no additional microphone, no additional cameras. When I'm in the shop, you may have 2 camera angles, but I'm using the microphone that is on my phone. So it's just my phone. And then I have a camera stand. So I'll show you. I'm going to get you guys flipped around and show you what I have. This is my camera stand. So you can see it has a clip for you were just clipped in it a second ago, a clip for my phone. It has multi-stages. It telescopes up. And I'm telling you, I did not just buy it to show you. It's got all my paint and dirt on it. And then this adjusts to be flatter when I'm outside in the wind. And then I keep it up narrow because you can see my room is filthy. I have 2 professional lighting rigs in this room. These are 600 watt bulbs in each one. Once you level up, I would recommend those. Let me get you switched around again because you're gonna be burnt out doing this. And then I have the lighting set up because I have glasses and it has to be very specific how I have it set up or you wouldn't see my eyes. So my window is directly in front of me, which still adds some ambient light. I have a 600 watt that is almost completely facing that wall. It is only slightly turned towards my face, which gives you this light here, slightly shadowed, so you can actually see contours on my face. This one's up higher, so it's shining down and to this side of my face. So that gives you the light on the top of my head and this side of my face. And then I have an overhead light in the room. So it's a chandelier with 4 LED bulbs in it, and that is giving you the lighting for everything back here. See, Justin Brown at Primal Video is better to go over lighting and setting up lighting rigs and things like that. And actually, the camera right now is in the wrong place. I set it on the table for like there. Now you don't see, I'm looking at myself in the camera, which the camera's over here. And if I look this direction, I can see me, but then you don't. This is a tip from me because I see people all the time who film and they're looking at themselves in the camera. If that's you, flip your phone around and look directly at the camera, set yourself to record, and then sit down in front of it, because there's nothing more distracting to a viewer than you looking off to the side and not directly at the camera. So my main focus is usually there's a little green light on my phone and I take a look at that, and that helps me look like I'm looking directly at you or directly out of the screen that you're watching this on. But when I look to the side, watch. If the lighting was in the wrong place, you see the light show up in my glasses? These are non-glare glasses. If they weren't non-glare, this would be super bright. But sometimes if I'm in the wrong place, it can completely obscure my eyes to have the lighting in the wrong place. So this is going to get longer than I thought it was. I'm like talking a lot about this. So that's why one light is angled almost to that light, and you need lighting overhead, but not completely overhead to light the other side. And I struggled a lot. So if you go back and look at some of my old videos, which I don't take them down just because you can go back and look at how terrible they were. Like when I started in this room and I would film at night, I just had the overhead light, and I think I had a clamp. I did. It's still here. Hang on. This clamp light. That was the lighting I had to film with. So those videos were very dark, slightly orangey light. And I'm surprised anybody watched those videos. They were terrible. The lighting was terrible. I mean, there was information in it that you could use, but it was really distracting. Sometimes I think the lighting was so dark. The lighting's improved. The lighting always bothered me. So that's why my first investment, because I needed to work a lot at night and this room is dark and the lighting is terrible. My first investment was the 2 lighting rigs. I actually have 4 now. I have 2 in the basement and then 2 up here. So I can film if I need to in the basement, just grab those out and film down there as well. So I don't have to move these out of here, because once they get buried in this room, taking them out of here is a huge pain in my butt, because there is stuff literally all around them. And if I move them out, getting them back into place in the right place is next to impossible. Because one, I mean, they're also on telescoping rigs. So like I could lift it up higher. I could drop one lower if I needed to. And sometimes I will, if I'm working on a project and I feel like the lighting is too dark, I will move the light closer, but it is such a pain to get it back into place. So those usually stay in place. And then I have two that I can use if I'm filming in the living room. I can use if I'm filming in the basement. I can bring them up and out. They're exactly like these, but they're more like portables, like portable, because they're meant to be portable, but there's a lot better options now. Again, Justin Brown at Primal Video would be better than me at telling you about those options. So there are now LED light rigs that are better. I did look at them. I thought the lighting was harsh. I'm an old woman. I didn't want to be badly lit. Oh my God, if I'm going to do this, I'm not going to be badly lit, right? So very harsh light when you have, when you're an older person, I don't want harsh lighting. So that's why my lights have the film in front of them that softens the direct lighting on my face. I wish I could have a spotlight right behind my head, because then, a little candlelight up here, it'd look great, right? And then after that, it was literally just getting a YouTube header, which I made in Canva. Canva is an excellent resource for creating graphics for your YouTube channel, your blog, whatever you want to create graphics for. And it has a free version and a paid version. I have the paid version. You can absolutely start with the free version, create a YouTube header. You have to sign up with Google. Every YouTube account has a Google account attached to it. If you want to make money at YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers. You have to be part of the AdSense program and get that all set up. So there's a lot of like setting up your channel before you post your first video. And I would go to the YouTube Creators Studio, follow their tutorials on setting up your channel. That's what it's there for. So I'm not going to cover everything, but like I said, Canva is where I created that. Now, as far as editing software, so when I started, I just used the Movie Maker app on my phone that came with my phone. So I think it's like iMovie. Yeah, iMovie. And there were no extra special this, that, or the other. I just clipped together all the pieces, published, and off it went. Created my thumbnails. So every video, you absolutely have to have a thumbnail. Otherwise, YouTube will pick a picture for you. So if you've ever seen a video where they suddenly have a picture and it's like this, and you're like, why would they choose that? They didn't. YouTube did, and they didn't create a thumbnail. So after you upload a video, you upload a thumbnail of what you want it to see. So you'll see mine where I'm like, those are my thumbnails. And you know why we were doing this? Because it works. So I have my husband say, why do you always look so super excited? And it's like, there's a reason why you see all the thumbnails and they all look that way. It's because it works. Now, I've been playing with my thumbnails over time. You've seen them change. I had red in my thumbnail for a really long time because creators swore that red got more attention. And then I started with not having my picture on it at all. I had my logo and then a description. That did not work as well as me in a picture. People don't want to click on videos from a company. They want to click on videos from a person. So that's why I suddenly popped into the thumbnails. So the thumbnail became, or here's the product that I'm using. You know, the reason people do that is it works. But I also create my thumbnails in Canva. In Canva, you can search like YouTube header, YouTube thumbnail, and templates will come up. Find one that you like, change it to your brand colors, and start using it. Just download it, and after your video uploads, you add a high quality thumbnail. You add a description, keyword rich, which I'm very bad at. I'm sorry, Sunny, I let you down. Sunny Lenarduzzi is an incredible YouTuber. She has an amazing amount of information there. Yes, she has paid classes, but maybe she's taken them down since I watched them all. Let's hope not, because there was just a ton of really great information that she had there. She has a podcast. She has a group that she has, and there's information in there. They're better. Justin at Primal Video and Sunny Lenarduzzi are better at it than I am. There you go. So I would, for all of that, for like once you're done setting up and you do your first video and you get used to it and you go, now I want to grow. Watch their videos, learn about keywords, make sure that you are creating content people want to see. I don't know that I'm doing that all the time. I mean, I know my daily vlog isn't content rich. So there's like, you can do keyword research to find topics that are trending, topics that people want to know about, like in your niche. And I don't do that. I haven't done that. I just am working on what I'm working on. And since my business isn't always just YouTube, it's not just YouTube. My business is vintage reselling. You know, I'm painting furniture. I'm actually selling. I'm not just doing tutorials for the sake of creating a channel of tutorials. Does that make sense? So my videos may not be as keyword rich as they should be or could be to grow larger. So I'm kind of growing slow, and it's my own darn fault. That's the translation of what I just said. I'm growing slow and it's my own fault, because there are absolutely ways for me to grow faster and bigger, and I would have to stop doing a lot of the other stuff that I'm doing. So it's a conscious choice on my part to continue with the business that I want to grow, and then YouTube just gets to come along. You're coming along for the ride. Yes, I get paid by YouTube now. I do get money every month from people watching my content. I can't be more grateful. It's not a huge amount of money. There's this perception that you get part of the, you get to 1,000 subscribers and you get part of the community of where you're making money off those ads that they're showing. Prior to that, they're showing ads, but you're not making any money on it. Don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on that. So once you're monetized, it's not a huge amount of money. You get paid per million views. So like right now, I get paid 2 tanks of gas. Maybe 3 if the gas prices go down. So it's not a huge amount for me, but it is something. And it is a nice little thing that just sort of happens. And some months it's better than others. Q4 is always better than other months. And then some months it's not so great. So, but it is what it is. You know, if I was just doing it for the money, I wouldn't be doing it anymore. Let's put it that way. If you want to make a living on YouTube, then like I said, you're going to want to follow Sunny and Justin and really double down on those keywords and creating content that can go viral. I'm not doing that. I haven't been doing that. Maybe I'll do it in the future. I don't know. But because I didn't start the channel with the intention of being YouTube famous, I have not grown and done the steps that I needed to do. But I did follow those people and learn a lot from them, and it helped me grow slowly. Mostly I wanted to know what I could do to make my videos better as far as lighting and quality, because the quality bothered me. So if I was going to do videos, I just didn't want them to look like grainy, I don't know, serial killer videos or something. I don't know. It was like, I just want it to be a little bit better than that. A bit better than that. I don't know what other questions you want me to answer. I get mostly questions about what I'm filming on. So like I said, it's an iPhone 12 Pro Max right now. The front-facing camera is what you're watching right now. So I film on the front, not the back camera. My advice to you is, if you're going to watch yourself and not the green light, then film with the back camera so that you just know to look at the camera lens. And once you're ready, you can invest in some lighting rigs. I think these cost me like $150. Victoria and I ended up, after I bought these and invested in these, finding a set at a garage sale. You can find anything at a garage sale. I think we've proved that. And those were only $50 for two. And it came with a green screen. I'm really annoyed that I spent this $150 on these, but you know, the chances of finding those lighting rigs out in the wild are like unicorns. But then I went to the thrift store like 2 weeks ago, and they had an entire lighting studio, like for a professional photographer's lighting studio. It was old school, but it would have worked. So yeah, you can find them. They're out there. Maybe get a used set. Places like we have here, is National Camera Exchange like actually national? I don't know, but we have National Camera Exchange, and they do have used equipment there. You can always do that. If you do want to film exclusively on a camera, I would say get the highest quality digital camera you can afford. Like that. The Handycam, the Sony Handycam, is a less expensive 4K camera. You're not going to want to film in 4K and upload in 4K because it would take forever. Those files will be massive. I film in 1080p, which is high def, but it's not 4K Ultra or any of that. It's just don't even play. If you try to upload a 4K, it'd just take forever. I have a hard enough time at 1080p. Would not recommend filming at anything under 1080p, but again, Justin Brown, Primal Video. As far as quality, equipment, things like that, it's Justin. If it's part of building a brand, keywords, things like that, I like Sunny. Business-wise, I like Sunny. Equipment-wise, I like Justin. But you might find other people that have more information that you like better. So I hope that answered some of your questions, all of your questions, or at least directed you to some resources that can be helpful for you. If not, drop a question in the comments below. You know I'm always happy to answer your questions. I don't ever want to leave you guys in the lurch. I don't feel threatened. If anybody else wants to do junkin videos, there's plenty of us out there doing this. It's ridiculous. So I had somebody say, why would you teach people to do what you do? Come on. I'm not the only one doing this. That's why. I mean, somebody did it before me for me to do it. It's just ridiculous for people to feel threatened by that. So I don't feel threatened at all. I'm happy to tell you what I know. But I don't think I'm the best resource is the only reason why I just kind of went, no, I'm not going to tell you anything, because I've privately answered some questions, but I hesitated doing this video because I don't think I'm the best resource for it. But then I thought I can direct them to people I think are better resources. So like I said, Sunny and Justin are fantastic creators. They have generously supplied you with information that can get you not only launched, but off the ground and then build you even bigger. But, oh, editing software. I use a different editing software. And it was one that was recommended to me by Justin. My brain just went blank. Hang on. Can I shut the camera off? I remembered what it is. It's KineMaster Pro. K-I-N-E Master Pro. KineMaster. It's good. Do you have to have it? No. Just use the editing software that is on your phone. KineMaster Pro has a lot of these things. Bloop, 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 bloop. A lot of the music. And a lot of the special effects, like if I wanted to have fire. But you don't need it. You just don't. So that's it. That's my video. That's all I'm going to share with you unless you ask me questions. So thanks for watching, everyone. Happy junking. Good luck. Bye. Let me subscribe when you launch. Visit my blog, peonylanedesigns.com, for more tips, tricks, and inspiration. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll be notified of new videos. I post every week DIY tutorials and, of course, more junkin' videos.